Thank you for the question. So, first of all, you need to get the reasons why the SAO did not approve our event to give the solutions I can do. SAO, for TED celebration, right, they believe it's merely beneficial to VNNTU community. It means that it's not for everyone, as in neither it need to achieve the cultural appreciation and understanding between communities. That's why they, I think that's the main reason that they did not approve. In order to get approved SOI, I think I would emphasize on the fact that our event is really to promote cultural understanding. And because in the end of the day, they do not I think this proposal is how we are going to carry out the event is really going to affect their perception of the goal and objective of our TED celebration. For example, is it in English or in Vietnamese? As in last time the TED celebration, it was in English, which is a good point. But the activities, right, is still pretty much for Vietnamese. What I mean is that the activities are not meant to involve other communities. For example, I think for TED celebration, we can change it to celebration. I mean, it does change the originality or authenticity of our TED celebration. But to meet the requirement of the SEO, I think we have to, bit our pride and change it to New Year. And probably we can integrate an activity that can include more international communities, such as what can think of it, a drama that even same situation have people have different people from different communities will have different reactions. For example, like this celebration, New Year celebration, how Vietnamese celebrate, how Indonesians, how Chinese, how Malaysians celebrate. And another thing I think I'm gonna emphasize to answer is the fact that our PNP team gonna work harder, because in the end of the day, I realized that PNP did not reach out to a large group of audience. That's the thing. Because most of us at PNP, I realized that they focus to promote events to the Vietnamese community. What we can do is we can push it harder, and our PNP need to work with liaison team and promote our events to other international communities. For example, a very simple example, like we give flyers or anything, as in flyer is one of the cheapest and I think is the most convenient way to promote our events. Yeah. So, any question?
Actually, right. To actually give out flyers, we have to get approved from the school first. So we have to get through the first hurdle first before we can extend out to other communities.
Thực ra anh nghĩ cái này nó không phải là vấn đề của proposal mình, mà là nếu mà như Tết á, thì thường là nhà trường là muốn mình tổ chức chung với lại bên Chinese Society. Tính cái vấn đề mà em cơ là chúng ta nhấn mạnh là Malaysia, Indonesia, bình thường mình nó không approve cái đó. Thì như vậy nếu mà em biết cái reason này như vậy thì em sẽ approach nó như thế nào?
So SEO actually wanted us to join the merge with Chinese Society. Sorry, SEO. Then I think to celebrate a separate event, I go to convince them in a different approach. The purpose of us celebrating that celebration and not merging with Chinese society is the fact that we merging between two communities is just for the sake of convenience, because both communities want to celebrate it, and it's the same event. Is that am I right? As in SEO, if I were SEO, I think that's the logic. But the convenience, it should be the means, not the end by itself. And what I mean is that, yes, not because of convenience of organizing the same event for two communities, that we going to lose out the originality and authenticity of the state celebration of each community. So I think if we merge, right, it will lose the purpose of the state celebration. First of all, Chinese New Year different from state celebration. So what NTU want to promote is cultural understanding, not Chinese understanding. So if we are going to merge them together, we're gonna lose out the food, the performance, the dramas that reflects the original culture of each community. So yeah, that's the approach that I'm going to convince SEO.
Mà SEO nói không.
And you say that. That's what I didn't say. Sure.
Có nghĩa là em biết là tổ chức một event thì SEO nó cũng incur cost đúng không? Ví dụ mình thuê ở Liconchin nó thuê mất khoảng 1.000. Thì có nghĩa là bây giờ nếu mà một IUC mà tổ chức một cái này á, thì coi như là nhà trường cái cost nó phải nhân lên 5. Tại vì Indo cũng muốn, Malaysia cũng muốn, Chinese cũng muốn, Malay cũng muốn, rồi ABC XYZ. Với lại một cái reason của nó là vì sao không tổ chức một event chung tiết kiệm, rồi trong event đó có nhiều performance, thì như vậy nó thể hiện một cái cultural event hơn. Thì vì sao mình phải tách riêng ra?
Money gives us headache. Anyway, as I said just now, the convenience and the cost, we really have to make a compromise. What I mean is that if I were the position of SEO, right, to be reasonable, I only approve one event from each community, to be fair. If we are going to approve 2 events for Vietnamese community, how about Malaysia, how about Indonesia? So it's the kind of sacrifice that we have to make. It's not like, okay, I get 2 events, and Malaysia will go like, oh, you get 2 events approved? They only approve my, what is that, National Day. So that's the kind of fairness that I think we ought to understand from the perspective of SEO, that they cannot satisfy all parties' wants. They need to, be fair to every community. Yeah, so that's the reason that I really think that we can do nothing about it. Yeah, to be straight to the point. Thank you.
Ok. Vâng, và chúng ta sẽ đến phần thứ 3. Okay, so sorry, can we go back? Yeah, okay. Can we comment on what Phương, John Phương just said?
I agree with Phuong's point about that. We need to look at this matter from the perspective of SAO, but of course it doesn't mean that we don't try hard to persuade them to approve our proposal. So what I can think of, like what I can do the most is actually to cite this year's Tet celebration comments and all the efforts that we put in, that we actually allocate Vietnamese friends to the local as well as international students to help them translate and understand more of our dramas. And also we also say that we would like to ask the Singaporean friends or friends from different communities to participate in our performance. Not in singing, or maybe they can help in playing pianos, playing guitar or something. Yeah, so the third thing is that I think this year, after our Tet celebration, the Singaporeans actually organize another party called Ted with Love, and we can also talk about that. We say that we may have this celebration within the community first, because it's our national pride and it's our tradition and culture to celebrate it, have a very core meaning of Tet, and after that we have another small party later. Yeah, that's my comment.
Mình có câu hỏi cho hai bạn luôn, thì là bây giờ ví dụ là bây giờ mình thuyết phục đủ cách rồi nhưng mà SAO nó vẫn không chấp nhận, thì như năm nay thì là sẽ tự thuê địa điểm xong là làm riêng, không có approval của SAO, thì hai bạn bây giờ có ý tưởng gì chưa để cho chẳng hạn nếu mà vẫn không được approval năm sau làm gì, có làm như năm nay hay là tôi không tổ chức luôn Tết hay như thế nào? Thì mình chỉ hỏi là các bạn có ý tưởng gì chưa, không có cũng không sao. Bây giờ có gì không sao.
Actually, I thought about this, and what I propose is, yeah, we'll try to hold that celebration like this year, although it incurs quite a bit of cost. We also can cooperate with other Vietnamese communities in Singapore to have a big Tet celebration. Yeah, in that way, we still keep the meaning of celebrating our national event, like traditional Tet, and also our community members will be able to reach out to friends in different communities as well. And for me, if I get to celebrate with my friends in NUS, SMU, yeah, I'll be more willing to participate.
To add on to Yi's point,
em hỏi anh là ý anh là muốn tổ chức giống như là cái Tết năm nay, ý là in terms of venue, in terms of like format.
Ý anh là nói em là em ý tưởng nó khác thì cũng ok đúng không? Đây là ý anh hỏi em muốn như năm nay hay là muốn như thế nào?
Em muốn như năm nay.
Nó không approve.
Em muốn như năm nay. Tại vì là because the idea of merging their celebration with other universities is really, I think, is practically not feasible because of if we cannot even organize an event within our communities ourselves, then how we can merge with other communities? I mean, like Vietnamese communities and other universities. And I think we can not we celebrate the same day celebration. Obviously, we're going to improve it, but I think it's okay to organize that celebration on our own, because that, I think, is quite a secret event for any Vietnamese in VNNTU, in NTU in general, even alumni. So we can from there gain sponsorship as well as donation to celebrate this kind of event. Yeah. So I'm fine with this celebration being this year. Yeah, especially the Tao Quân part. It's lovely.
Thì nói chung anh chỉ có một người share cái opinion này vậy, thì anh agree với lại Porter là nếu mà SEO thì sẽ no thì nhưng mà anh nghĩ là một cái điều mà anh học được president là tất cả mọi thứ nó làm lo hơn, có nghĩa là khi em muốn SEO nó approve cho em thì không phải là cái approval nó sẽ quyết định khi mà em gửi proposal đó, là nó bắt đầu từ đầu năm, có nghĩa là thật sự là em có giúp gì cho SEO trong cái năm học đó không, nên cái đó it's all about long term relationship. Hôm nay bên bên liaison như vậy em phải build một long term relationship với lại bên SEO và SU. Ví dụ như những chuyện đơn giản, ví dụ như là những ngày như vậy em có thể giúp họ hay đó, thật sự với lại mình có info cộng đồng mình hơn và những cái hoạt động mình đỡ hay ở in community, thì sau đó mình đã nghĩ là đó nó sẽ build một cái position của mình tốt hơn so với trong cái mắt của SEO. Thì khi lại thứ nhất là personal relationship cũng rất là quan trọng, nên thực sự thường là IUC là do Kelly phụ trách, nên thực sự nếu em sẽ sắp cấp được thì please go. Thì đó là personal view anh rồi, tất cả mọi thứ là vậy. Bây giờ mình vô hỏi tiếp theo.
Vâng, vậy phần tiếp theo mà mọi người sẽ cùng trải qua sẽ còn có sự info của 2 ứng cử viên President và 2 ứng cử viên VPI. Thì tất cả các 6 bạn sẽ bốc thăm để chọn ra ứng cử viên President và có nghĩa là chúng ta sẽ chia làm 2 đội và mỗi đội sẽ có 3 ứng cử viên của 3 vị trí. Và mỗi team sẽ có 10 phút để cùng thảo luận về một bản thảo proposal cho event 29 sắp tới được chuẩn bị bởi ứng cử viên VPI của từng team. Và các bạn đó đã nhận được cái nhiệm vụ này để chuẩn bị proposal hết rồi. Thì các bạn sẽ có 10 phút để discuss cái proposal này. Sau 10 phút thì các team sẽ bốc thăm để thì ấy là bốc thăm để xem team nào làm trước để trình bày về bản thảo trên.
Thì bây giờ các bạn đi thăm mình.
Mình cần 2 bạn ứng cử viên President, 2 bạn ứng cử viên. Rồi bây giờ 2 ứng cử viên là sao? 2 ứng cử viên rồi các bạn ra bên này.
You are the president? Are you sure?
We are representative of the Vietnamese country.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just introduce my country first. This is Honorary General Secretary, and this is Hai, the event representative for this event. So this event is it's called Vietnam in Memory. So first we will the main part of the event is we like to include as many as much possible participation from other communities in NTU, as well as communities from other schools such as NUS and SNU to our event. So we plan to first invite NTU ECA participation, ECA organizations having done charity in Vietnam, which is until now WSC and HSS, in order to join us for this event. So they will be represent the organization that done charity work in Vietnam. So they will be presenting on.
So sorry, what is your event about again?
The name of the event of the
Yeah, we can hear.
Oh, speak very loud.
Do you ask about the event, the name of the event from the IUC Vietnam, or you ask the event from? Yes, the Vietnam in Memory.
What is the object of the event? Why is having this event?
Firstly, the event itself will be organizing around the National Day period. I mean, we celebrate our National Day on September 2nd. So this event is actually the grandest event by our IUC in this coming academic year. It's actually providing a platform for us, the Vietnamese international undergraduates, postgraduates, as well as alumni who are Vietnamese, to help us promote a better understanding of the rich Vietnamese culture to the whole community in NTU. And also we want to help the incoming Vietnamese freshmen to integrate better into our local culture, so they'll have a more fulfilling 4 years over here in NTU.
In short, it's to celebrate our Vietnamese nationality.
So yeah, in order for us to increase the interaction between the Vietnamese freshmen and Vietnamese undergraduates with other communities, so we propose on firstly inviting the communities that have done charity work in Vietnam over the past year to give a speech, give a introduction about what they have done to the Vietnamese community.
Sorry, so your objective is to connect the Vietnamese freshmen and the senior citizens. The thing is, we don't encourage you guys to just mingle together because we already have like camps and other events that with other communities, and we want you to integrate with them and not just stay together as one small group.
And for the reason we do not celebrate the Vietnamese celebration here, okay? We do not celebrate the National Day.
Actually, this Vietnam in Memory is we include a lot of activities and and performance by international friends. As in the celebrating Vietnamese National Day is just okay. Actually, the flow of the event, right? We include that appreciation towards NTU ECA organizations that have done charity, and as well as other friends from other universities. So actually, this event not really is for us to mingle within ourselves. It actually have mix around with other international friends.
I see in your audience, you have like the embassy and then the VNNTU. Do you mean like, you know why the purpose of SAO?
To promote cultural understanding.
No, we are for the NTU undergraduate. So why do you invite the external participants here?
Okay, I think it's not for them. We're just showing them the respect. I mean, they are in one of our audience, but it's not the majority. They are not the majority. Sorry. So we are trying to publicize this event to all students in NTU. So it's not really like within our communities, and the embassy's representative is to show respect to our Vietnamese community.
I advise you are not to advise the embassy because like in order to invite the embassy, like we need to go through a lot of paperwork. Okay. And like for SEO, like we only approve internal event, so we would not want the external participants to come in. Is that right?
Okay. So the purpose of this event is not just about to promote the cultural understanding between.
No, I mean we do not allow external participants here. You don't understand?
So we would.
So you remove it now.
Oh yeah, sure. Because the reason we include the external party because
I don't care. Okay?
So just can you let me just explain a little bit about this?
I told you, right? We do not allow external participants in our internal event. I do not care about the reason anymore. Okay?
Okay, sure. So if you don't allow external parties because it's an internal event, so we'll gladly respect your decision and we'll accept that decision.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Yep. So you have anything else?
Explain me the event flow.
Okay. So firstly, right, we'll have as I explained earlier, there will be speeches by NTU organizations from those who have done charitable work in Vietnam. And follow that will be performances by CAC member club in order to we want to invite the NTU member club to sort of promote about the Singaporean culture that you guys enjoyed over here in NTU. And after that, we have like interactive pieces about the Vietnamese culture to better promote cultural understanding between the Vietnamese community and the communities of other nations, including Singapore, those that are in the audience. Yeah. After that, mainly the rest of the program is mainly our own performances with English subtitles so that other communities who are in the audience can come in and understand.
We see at 6:15, right, there's some appreciation towards the NTU ECA. What is it? I mean, why would you do it? I mean, at 6:15 p.m., I was also on the same page.
The event flow.
Yes.
I mean, at 6:15, there's some appreciation towards the NTU ECA organization. So what are you going to do? Are you going to give tokens? I mean, like, who are you to give the tokens? I mean, as an IGC, you have no official body. Why are you giving tokens to NTU ECA? I mean, like, are you us? I mean, what are you doing?
Firstly, among those who have done the ECA, who have done the charitable work in Vietnam, right, there are some of us who are Vietnamese students who are coming to help. So, in a certain sense, we like to appreciate the effort. In the second way, like, we actually for us last year we actually took our effort to teach them the Vietnamese language and the Vietnamese culture. We sort of volunteer ourselves to help them understand a bit of Vietnamese and help them to absorb a bit of Vietnamese culture before they actually depart for Vietnam. So it's so in that case, right, we would like to sort of appreciate them for actually taking time to invest in a relationship with us. They trust us enough to allow us to teach them the Vietnamese language and the Vietnamese culture. So in a sense, we are building trust in this charitable organization.
So as an just a say of thanks to them, right?
Yes, and we appreciate their effort towards the Vietnamese community.
I see some representative speech. Why is there a representative speech? I mean, who are you to give a speech in the first place?
Actually, it's not the representative from us. It's a representative from the actual organization, the WSC and HSS.
Oh, okay. So, why is there a Vietnamese student from NUS? I mean,
So
it's a event,
right? Yeah, we agreed earlier to.
Oh, I see that's 6:35. There's a new president speech. Oh, wow, that's amazing. You guys have president? So
yes.
are you guys trying to do something behind our back or something?
Is it?
Okay.
Is it? I mean, what are you trying to say? What is it?
Oh, actually, as a student organization, right, we would love to gather everyone under one roof in order to in a common goal to promote.
So you are a student organization, some more.
An unofficial one, of course. Yes.
Okay,
So we are talking in office. I mean, like, why you talking about unofficial here? I don't care, you know. I just want to remove this one.
so we just put it as Vietnamese representatives.
No.
Okay,
Because as a community, whether it's official or not, we still need a president, right? I mean, we as representatives of Vietnamese community, as president and on Gen and yeah, we are showing respect to you as well. It's not like we you is like we're nobodies, and just like from VNNTU, UGM come. Is that respectful enough? I don't think so. So I think there ought to be some representative to show respect to you as well. Yeah. So I think you should repeat.
Tôi anh nhìn là hồi dài bây giờ mới nói con comment của bên anh.
One more thing we want to go.
Okay. Last one.
This is the real proposal that we have to make a good change about the term. Thì trong cái proposal này em có một chút thay đổi về cái event flow. Em có một chút thay đổi về cái event flow là em muốn trong cái VNDC năm kế tiếp thì em muốn có một sự tương tác hơn đối với các anh postgraduate, bằng việc là em mong muốn là các anh có thể bỏ một khoảng thời gian đầu từ tháng 8 đến đầu tháng 9 để có thể cùng nhau luyện tập và có thể biểu diễn một tiết mục, có thể là kịch hoặc là có thể là đồng ca. Tại vì em theo cảm nhận của em năm nay thì
em chỉ cần nói cái cụ thể details là gì không, mình lý do là tại vì bọn anh run short.
Dạ, bởi vì tụi em mong muốn là bên cạnh sự kết nối giữa Fresh, Senior và Alumni thì em mong muốn là cộng đồng mình sẽ có thêm một sự tham gia nữa là từ các anh postgraduate, bằng việc là tạo các anh được cơ hội.
Cái đó mới thôi.
Dạ.
Bây giờ comment sau. Ok.
Vậy thì
Okay, so today we are the representative from SEO. So you have 5 minutes. We are running out of time. Just tell me quickly, okay? Start.
Okay, first of all, we represent IUC Vietnam to come here to discuss with Mr. Khan and Ms. Linh about the event we mentioned earlier in the email. We believe that this event can bring a lot of value that can contribute to the NTU community here, to NTU students. Why this event can contribute to NTU? Because we observe there is a gap in the different in cultural understanding between NTU students. This gap will make the student here more difficult to connect it to each other. That's why we're here. Okay, and now my honorary, I want to introduce to you my honorary secretary.
Who are you again?
Who are you? My name is Wang. I am president of Vietnam.
You are the president.
Okay. Yes, sure.
Why does the IUC Vietnam have the president? Because like you are supposed to be the IUC representative, you know.
Yep.
So we do not recognize like why are you talking to me as the president of the Vietnamese club?
We are not recognizing any structure under the SU.
You are supposed to be a part of the SU, and you are the members of SU. You are IUC representative. Okay? So I mean, I just want to make it clear.
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry because this is only a very small structure inside that we call each other. So sorry about this.
Can you move on? Hurry up, move to the activities.
Yeah, now my honorary, my friend will describe about.
Go on.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 4 objectives main for our
Okay,
event.
just go to the main floor.
Just activities.
Oh, activities.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. So
Just tell me about your purpose of events and the event flow.
Yeah, event shows.
Okay.
She will tell about the purpose and I will participate. Okay.
Okay, so the purpose of our event is to promote Vietnamese culture to NTU community, bring Vietnam closer to our international friends, and we also, with the sharing of our alumni and our undergraduate students, we also hope that our members of the Vietnamese community will be motivated to emerge to NTU community. We also want to boost the mutual understanding through our dramas, because we believe that we will have a chance to Singaporean friends as well as international friends will have chance to understand our thought, our thinking, how we deal with problems here in Singapore. And
let's go quickly.
Yeah, it's very quick. Singaporean students also, I guess we also share about their experience in Vietnam. So they face what culture conflict. Yeah, and lastly, we hope to promote NTU image as a diverse but socially harmonizing university in Singapore.
I'm sorry, actually we already have one event that connect the communities and the Singaporeans and the locals, which is the Global Expo. Why are you having another event on that?
This event will be a chance to focus more on the Vietnamese tradition and culture, promote the very core values that Vietnamese have, what make us stand out from other, as in not what make us stand out, what is the difference between our culture and the local culture as well as culture from other nations.
Okay, so for the target participant, you have like the Vietnamese embassy and the VN 2020. Why are they here? Why are they invited?
First of all, because we want to promote an image of NTU as a multi-environment, cultural environment in NTU. Okay. That's why I think that people working in Vietnamese embassy is very important.
The SAO isn't. What's the purpose of SAO?
To manage different parties in NTU.
Oh, different parties. So what parties are there?
I mean different clubs and organizations.
Oh, so there isn't undergraduate. So we do not care about like you have like the Vietnamese community. I mean like, it's an internal event. Okay.
This event we want to promote our core value to the international. We want to make more friends.
Okay. So but you know what's the process to invite the Vietnamese embassy in Singapore? You know about it? Are you even aware about the process to invite the Vietnamese embassy in Singapore?
Basically, right, if you are going to invite the embassy to the events, right, basically I think that SAO doesn't have the authority to like approve for that invitation in a sense.
Okay, I see.
So what's your take on this?
Okay, I think we can consider about this again about.
What do you mean consider? Remove it now.
Like, what kind of consideration are you like giving? So do you want to meet like next time or? finalize the plan, or you want
yeah,
to continue
sure.
discussing?
Yeah, I think now we can move into the detail of the event, and that's one we can negotiate again.
Okay, so move on, please.
Okay. I'm the one who prepared for this proposal, so I will tell you about the detail. Okay, so objective of us is to, firstly, we want Vietnamese students to have the motivation to emerge to NTU community. So that's why we have the sharing of undergrad, of Vietnamese undergrad, as well as the sharing of our alumni who have been worked in Singapore. And also we...
Sorry, I thought you just speak about the purpose of the event already.
Okay.
So are you going to the event flow now?
Okay. So yeah. Okay, so event flow will be we have registration and boot camp. The boot camp is our traditional game that we want to promote our culture to the participants, to the games. We have performance of from Vietnamese students, because we believe that the performance is a good way to show the participant about our culture. And we also have 2 selling sessions from Vietnamese undergrad and from Vietnamese alumni to show that how they can emerge to the international environment in both university and in workplace.
So at that 5:35 we have an opening speech of IBC. What is it about?
Oh, okay. We think that we are the one who organize this event, so we want to just like notice people that this event is start. So it's just a simple talk, yeah.
Okay,
it's not much.
You know that IBC is not supposed to organize event.
Sorry?
I mean IBC is not supposed to organize event.
So you mean what are you doing now?
As in, you cannot organize an event as an IUC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is an unofficial club.
Okay.
And it's under SU.
Okay, I'm sorry. So can SU go first and begin the I mean carry the opening speech for us? Because I think that opening speech is really important. Okay. Okay, we can move on. Okay, so the most important part in our events is we have the sharing session of Singaporeans and international students who have been to Vietnam this summer to take part in a charity. So we want they to sharing about their experience. I mean, experience when they explore the Vietnamese culture, and also what is the conflict between the culture that they have faced and how they can overcome it. And we want them to sing a song in Vietnamese, because it is the symbol that even the most difficult tasks like language barriers, they can overcome. So why don't all the participants here cannot overcome the culture difference? And
it's okay.
Okay.
We will just cut everything and then what do you want us to do?
Okay, and
because we need to rush off to
okay,
another
I'm sorry.
meeting soon.
So the last one is that we have our drama contest. The main purpose of this one is the drama is about
drama
the life
in Vietnamese or English?
Will be in Vietnamese, because we want to preserve how can we interact with each other. But we will
Can you
have
try to
English
make it in
subtitles.
English, please?
Sorry?
Can you make it in English?
Can you make it in English?
We think we cannot, because as an international student, we cannot carry all of our thought and emotion in the most.
So if I want to see, then can so if I want to watch the drama, right? Can I understand?
I think yeah, we have English subtitles, so I think they can. Yeah,
and one more thing we can have about this is that we will organize French and Vietnamese friends who can speak Vietnamese very fluent to sit.
Vietnamese friend can speak Vietnamese very fluent.
Yeah, I mean Vietnamese native speaker to sit near the Singaporean, the guests that come to the event, so that they can have the guests to understand more correctly about our ideas.
So I will continue with this one. So because we want to have some drama.
Okay, just last chance.
Okay,
So what do
okay.
you need from us? What do you need from us?
I think we.
Okay, in the end, we want that SAO can provide us the venue for this event, so that we can prepare the event very good.
Okay.
And the overall for the event also.
Thank you.
Rồi, vậy là các bạn đã gặp hai nhân vật của SAO và ba của
Anyway thì cái trick ở đây đó là các bạn đã được, các ứng cử viên VPI đã được nhận một bản proposal không được SAO chấp nhận. Tụi mình đã có indicate trong email đó là bản proposal này không được SAO chấp nhận. Vậy và mình thấy tất cả những điều mà SAO không chấp nhận, tất cả các bạn đều include lại trong bản proposal này. Rồi, đó là một điều. Chính điều này đã cho chúng mình biết đó là các bạn chưa biết rằng là IUC, VNNTU mình đang gặp những cản trở gì khi mà làm việc với trường. Giống như các bạn đã nghe, không có một tên gọi gì gọi là Vietnamese Community in NTU. Các bạn không bao giờ được nói cái câu đó trước. IUC Việt Nam như đã nói không được tổ chức event. Đó là điều mà các bạn cần lưu ý. Vì vậy, bản proposal chính thức tụi mình không hề đứng dưới tên IUC Việt Nam. 5 người, đó là 5 người trong ban chấp hành tự đứng lên thành lập một team. Trường sẽ chấp nhận những project và events initiated by individual students or a group of students. So 5 of us put on the proposal. Nothing called IUC Việt Nam anymore. Năm ngoái còn book phòng được ở meeting room ở SAC với năm nay không còn. Rồi, đó là thứ nhất. Thứ hai nữa là các bạn đã mời external party. Điều này là điều các bạn nên consider là bỏ hoàn toàn như nãy giờ đã nói. Khi bản proposal tụi mình chính thức nộp lên sẽ không có SAC Việt Nam, không có gì hết. Chúng ta có thể mời thầm, nhưng mà ngay cả hôm đó cũng không có giới thiệu họ là họ đã có mặt ở đây. Đó là điều thứ và event internal không có sự hợp tác giữa SNU NUS, khách mời càng không nên có. Trong proposal thì không nên có, nhưng mà các bạn chuyện các bạn mời là các bạn mời, các bạn hiểu rằng là chuyện làm thật và chuyện lách luật là chuyện khác nhau. Các bạn phải hiểu như vậy, nhưng mà đó là để cho vừa on-chain vừa president cũng bởi vì các bạn sau này sẽ là review với trường.
Lý do tại sao mà mình phải nhận được approval từ SAO là vì nếu không thì chúng ta có thể tổ chức như Tết, tức là chúng ta phải thuê venue cộng với là tiền logistics và tất cả những thứ khác. Mà nếu như mà không có sự chấp nhận ở SAO thì riêng tiền thuê LKT đã là hơn $1.000 rồi. Thế là mọi người phải lưu ý điều này.
Ok thì nói chung anh comment đấy, nói chung là thực ra hôm nay anh một hơi diễn một tí thôi nên cũng không lắm. Thì nói chung á thì mình cũng không thể biết được đó là hôm đó SEO là cái mood của người representative như thế nào. Thì nói chung á mọi người ngay cả khi mà ví dụ SEO có pit stop thì nói chung mọi người cũng đừng có, ví dụ như Trung Bắc Tơi cũng đừng có nói như vậy. Thật sự là anh thấy lúc như thế anh thấy như vậy được. Nhưng mà nói chung mọi người cứ keep cool và nói chung á mọi người cũng nên là prepare trước khi buổi gặp nên nói những gì và không nên nói những gì. Thật sự khi những buổi political thì kiểu như mọi người nói càng ít thì nó sẽ càng lợi cho mọi người. Thứ nhất là cả hai president đều mắc một lỗi là đều nói mình là president rồi. Thật sự khi mà em đã nói ra rồi nó thể hiện về sự mọi người em đang được doing something behind đâu nhưng nó very present nên thực sự khi mà trước buổi họp với SEO thực sự là please prepare, kiểu cố gắng là nói cái gì mà mình biết chắc chắn sẽ được thôi, đừng có nói lung tung. Với lại trong proposal cũng vậy, có nghĩa là em cố gắng là include những cái nào nó safe thôi, còn những cái mà tụi em, tại vì trong thực tế thì anh gì nói là trong internal mình biết không, trong thực tế làm gì thì nó cũng không rõ, nhưng mà có nghĩa là trong cái proposal thì cố gắng làm cái gì mà nó đúng với nhà trường, với lại nhà trường là feedback gì thì nói chung là một phần mình cũng cố gắng là nói rationale như nào, nhưng mà chung một phần mình hiểu được rationale của nó. Thay vì em explain cái reason của em là như vậy thì em phải hỏi người ta là vì sao là rationale của họ là như vậy, thì như vậy nó thể hiện understanding của em thôi, chứ còn ví dụ anh cho nó xong cùng anh nghĩ là để tao explain đấy.
Và như mọi người, như các bạn khi mà đăng ký, khi mà trả lời thì đều biết được là SEO rất quan tâm là về việc là cái event của mình nó sẽ bring benefit gì cho NTU undergraduate communities. Vậy cho nên là trong cái proposal mình phải nhấn mạnh được là từng điểm nào trong cái activity, cái line up của mình là nó sẽ benefit cái NTU undergraduate communities. Benefit nào để mà nó đánh mạnh vào những cái đó, chứ không nên là quá thể hiện bản thân mình bằng cách là mục tiêu của mình thế này, xong rồi là mình là ai, mình là thế này, mình là mà là mình chia sẻ với nó là mình mong là mình mang lại được những gì cho NTU.
Với lại kiểu tại vì bên SEO họ rất là lo sự trả lời email của mình, nên sự cái proposal tiên nếu mọi người có thể làm cái ít right thì rất là nhanh, nó nghĩa là vậy kiểu nó sẽ rất là thấp. Tại vì em tưởng tượng cứ một tháng nó trả lời email một lần, em làm cái proposal xong đó là một tháng sau mới trả lời tiếp, thì please là kiểu mất the first one rồi. Kiểu như mà với lại khi mà gặp SEO em cũng có thể thực sự là cứ pretend to really listen to them, dạng kiểu take note down, xong sửa này sửa nọ. Sự thực tế thì anh nói vậy thôi là mọi người là sao là ok, nói chung mọi người vui vẻ thôi nha.
Để cho mọi người biết.
Ok, so đến hôm nay mình nghỉ 5 phút, xong mình sẽ bắt đầu tiếp theo là phần của VI.